Come on, Benny. Like, how do you know when I hit start streaming and then you gotta get up and do something? I love you. I love you very much. Oh, you want a drink? Go ahead. Go ahead. Hit that hydration station. You're a good boy. You're so sweet. You're all faithful companions. He's gonna lop it up. Lop, 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 lop. Party pants. Mom, looking for my belongings, Mom. Sometimes I feel like the house that we live in, the places that we reside in, they're just like spaceships.
Well, spaceships.
And we're just like floating around the Earth, or floating around the cosmos on planet Earth, which is of and by itself its own ship of sorts. Because, you know, and other people take like living in their cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they just take their spaceship with them. They just travel around the planet in their car, you know, in their that here. I feel like my soul's been around enough that I don't have the travel bug, because I've already been to a lot of places.
Yeah, you have. You definitely have.
In all of my incarnations, however many there have been at this point. But that's the thing, is like, how many are my incarnations and how many are other people's that I've just tapped into? People tap into other people's in other incarnations all the time. They do it every time they read a book.
That's true.
That's tapping into a different incarnation.
Hello, Luna. Hello. Hello. Oh, that was so pretty. Really pretty.
All right. Good boy, Benny. Come on. Come here, Benny. Get up here. Come on, Benny. Good boy.
You can do it.
Good dog. Oh, you want some help, bud? She's a Marge. You help Benny and just a Benny for any time to any Marge. Okay, Benny. Good dog. Okay. Okay.
Oh, they're very pretty. Oh, really nice.
Okay. All right. I forgot I was. Focus. Focus, Marge.
Focus, Margie.
Focus. Okay. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. I've had kind of a hard day today. I've had it's just a hard day. That's all it was. Not every day can be like, yay, I'm so happy to be alive. I can't remember the last time I had one of those, but I have had them, and I'm sure I'll have them again. It's just a hard day, and no particular reason. I did get to see my buddy Augustine. I went to town. It's just so cold. I hate the cold. I'm not good in the cold. I'm a baby. You're gonna hear gurgling and all kinds of noises and stuff in the background. I'm doing a little wash, little laundry. Clothes in the wash. It's getting clean, and it's gurgling. So I feel better now. Now I feel better. It's just kind of a hard day. But there is some cool stuff that came out of it, like the realizations. Like, I was thinking a lot about it because I just recently found out that my bloodline is from the club, and I was talking with Mom earlier because Mom has recall prior to her stroke. Mom was really with it before she had her head injury. You know, Mom was really with it after she had her head injury. Thank you, Mom. uh, she just didn't start slowing down until what? I don't know. And that's rightfully so. I mean, the extensive damage on your skull and in your brain and all the soft tissue on the brain back there. I mean, you have like there's a little sac back there. You know, I mean, there's visual effects. I mean, that's a freaking pretty gnarly head injury. And, you know, yeah, that was when you're 38. You're 73 now, but I don't know. I think probably since. But I started taking care of stuff, so she didn't have to. So, she still stayed real physical active and stuff. I don't know, I'd probably say since like 2015, 2014, she probably hasn't known what day it is since then. When I remember started finding post-its everywhere. But I found a letter that she wrote back in 1996 that I'm going to read here in a little bit. Dated May 27, 1996. She even had, and you know what? And I think I get this from her, is that we don't need lines. This is unlined paper. And I'm the same way. Like, we don't need lined paper to write straight. That's a little thing I got from Mom. Huh, Ma? Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, we got the broken family lineage, just like a lot of people. And I actually came across a video today, and I put it in the community section on my page. And I hope people listen to that talk more than they listen to this one. I hope they get out of listening to this one to go to my community part and listen to the talk that I put on the page, because it's hold on. The video that I watched earlier that I want everybody to watch. I'm getting sidetracked because I'm like having a conversation with somebody else too. Alright, so history. This is Maria, and it's Mriya. All these people I ain't never seen before in my whole entire life are coming up on my feed. Because I knew that this is going to happen. I was talking about it probably back in 2018, 2000. That, like, okay, all these spiritualists are going to come out. All these healers are going to come out, right? They're going to come forward. And it's just like, it's going to be more of the same. They're just going to charge for, the same stuff that the healers before them charged for. And I'm here trying to get people to freaking feel better, and then they can start earning and then give back to you because you helped them. That's what I'm trying to do, right? Or if they have the means to go along. Here, Benny, you want over here? Come here, bud. Come here. Good dog. Good boy. Good boy, Benny. He's a Marge, been like a talkie time, Marge. And Benny's a good boy, Marge. Benny's a very good boy. A sweet man. May I have a kiss? Kissy? Said, nope, not in the mood. Boundaries. Okay. So, where was I? This talk by her. I don't know who I've never heard, but she's got like 36,000 followers. I don't know how long she's been here. Let's see. Let's see her channel. 446 videos. See, I've done like 2,300, 2.3. I've done like over 2,000. Yeah. Anyway, since 2018. Okay. All right. So we're about this. I wonder what her like placements and stuff are. So anyway, the talk that I'll find more about her later. The talk that I have, you can go lay down if you want. I'm not taking you out again. You were just out like 20 minutes ago. Energy is affecting them too. So the video that I listened to earlier was called Teeth, Karma, Ancestors, and Numerology. And I have these beliefs, and I just have them. I'm not real sure on where they come from. I just have always had these way that I believed in things, and they didn't necessarily or particularly line up with other people in my life, and it's caused disdain. Right? Because of the way I believe in. And now I'm hearing other people talk about things that I believe in. Okay? And I was just talking to my friend a couple days ago about, because we talk about teeth quite a bit. The teeth. And I have a nice, healthy smile. And this woman, the way she interpreted and the way she explained it today, and I always figured like people, the condition of their teeth and their gums like had more to do to their lineage and like just how much they talk trash, trash mouth, yuck mouth. They call it yuck mouth because you don't brush, right? And then in my mind, it was like, okay, if people that lied a lot, they had problems with their teeth too, right? Right? So, and this woman was explaining today in great detail, and I think she's gonna follow up. I don't know. But how she was explaining about how the top of the mouth, this is why I think it's so funny, that one astrologer, because I know stuff like this, right? And then I see people, but they don't care about stuff like this because they're too busy doing what they want to do, just like doing their readings and playing tennis and, to go outside a box, I guess. But anyway. But he's got a lot of dental problems. And I just started having like this peculiar soreness in between here. And I don't think it's good to floss every day. I floss like once every like 9-10 days. I don't think it's good. I don't know why. I think it like causes harm, and then you got to go to the dentist and have them repair it. But I just don't. I don't know. I brush once a day, sometimes twice. Mom brushes once a day. But anyway, so when I was a little girl, I had really jacked up teeth. And this lady was explaining about how the top of your jaw is like your connection to your father's, the father lineage. And the bottom jaw is how you connect with your mother. And I was thinking about that today because I hadn't had any cavities since I was like 4 years old. Like real little. Right? And that was at the time that they took me away from mom. They were trying to take me away from mom. And then they filled it with this mercury. I always thought that they were tracking devices in there. And then they filled it with mercury, which is heavy metal that they put in my system. Baby. Love you, Tuck. Come over here, lay down next to Grandma. Go on. I know that roast. I got a freaking $23 roast today for $11.01. $11.01. Go, boy. It was marked down, but I had to make it today. So I just used a packet of au jus and a packet of beef onion soup Lipton. Anyway. So, teeth. Yeah. So I've always like, and I understood like the pretty girls when I was younger. They'd say, they liked guys with a nice smile, right? Well, I guess a nice smile means you have family lineage, and this is just so it's just the synchronicity of it all is just so magical because like. Because the top of my teeth were sore like last week, couple weeks ago, it's not now. But I just started talking to my dad again. We've been in communication and, hey, Nobody's moving. Nobody's around, you crabby old bastard. Little girls, pissy miss. Want me to cover you up? There. Is that better?
Yeah.
Block the whole world out?
She's got, she's meandering.
Crabbiness. Oh, crabby. Anyway, so, and I just found out that my dad went through the process of getting all of his teeth pulled. There's 32 teeth. You got 16 on top, 16 on bottom, and he had all his, but they got all pulled out, and he's gonna have a nice new smile here in a little bit. But I just think about what that does to a person and their family line. Like you're disconnected. And then she was talking about the wisdom teeth and how because they pulled my wisdom. That's one thing they do in the military is they pull the wisdom teeth because they want to disconnect you from your lineage. They want to disconnect you from the knowing, from all that the wisdom, from all that good sense. Right? And I guess I'm in good standing with both sides. You people can't say, you could tell that people, when people are mad at their mom and dad too, their teeth are rotten out. But this lady goes way into it way more, like how your face is split into quadrants and you have the top half, or you get the representation of like just go listen to her. That's it. Just go listen to her talk. Okay, so top left would be feminine, masculine. So like this part of your face looks like your dad's mom's side, and then this side of your face looks like your dad's side, and then this side of your face looks like your dad or your mom's side, and this side of your face looks like your mom's dad, this quadrant, and then how you can tell what people are based on the shape of their face. And I love this stuff because I've been studying the faces of the shape of people's faces since as long as I can remember. And I was in art school for like 3 years in high school. That was the only class I liked. And so, I mean, Mr. Barlow, he taught us about there's only so many shapes. There's only so many faces people can have. Because there's only so many shapes, like, of eyes. And there's only so many shapes of nose and lips. Like, and then you put them all together. And I've been thinking about that, because I always notice, I've been to a lot of places, and everywhere I go, I find people that look the same as people that I knew at the places before. It's a trip. And then I noticed, like, the Marge tricks. I used to go get gas in Council Bluffs, across the river, Missouri River from Omaha there. And it'd give me it was far enough, the gas station was far enough I could get in my car, light a cigarette, drive to the gas station, put the cigarette out, get gas, light another cigarette, drive back, and have it and be done as soon as I got there. And then, so it was just the right amount of time. And so, why was I telling that story? There's a reason. So it was the perfect distance. I was back in my smoking days. Okay, I was talking about the shape of people's face. Oh, and on the path, because I'd get gas like every, I've lived a very predictable lifestyle, even though from what I understand, from my military days and all of my training that I've had, survival in life and stuff like that it's not good to go the same route all the time. To vary up to switch it up, because if anybody, like, you piss anybody off and they want to learn your habits, the easier that you make it for them to know your habits, the easier it is for them to if they want to cause problems, they can. So it's a good idea to switch it up. But I didn't care, but I think about it more now. But the place I live is kind of a dangerous place. I live in a dangerous place. Taos, New Mexico is a dangerous place. People have been disappearing from here for a long time. So, anyway, but I would see on my routes, and then on the weekends, I'd go to the same places. I'd go shopping at the same places. And so I got stuck in my patterns, and then I noticed all this people that I would see that were the same people that I saw the last time. So, and then I started noticing how I was like traveling with pockets of the same people. But I didn't know these people. We just all happened to be on different days at the same place at the same time. And then, now there's all the talk about the NPCs and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, so I got my own background people, right? And these people have lives and stuff like that. They just go home and just probably sit in front of the TV and, get plugged into their next program. What do I do next? What do I like next? What do I care about next? What's going to make me sad next? That appeal to emotion that the whole world wants us to be in. Appeal to emotion. Oh, I'm going to say, oh, feel bad for them. Oh, no, all these things I perfectly qualified for compassion in my life, and people never would freely give it to me. And so, I'm glad it hasn't turned me. I really am. I'm super glad it hasn't turned me. And I know that people don't like joyful people, because that's why I like freaking do what I do and act the way I do, because the joyful people will come and put themselves in my presence and be like, yay, good for you. And then the non-joyful people, they're like, what the fuck is that crazy bitch's problem? They just stay away from me. Then they're not, then I don't gotta worry, because, and most people don't even see me. I got bright orange pants. And people don't even see, like, because they're not joyful people, and we're not the same frequency. So people, they might act like they're joyful people, but I can tell by their face. I can tell a lot of things about the people's face. I'm starting to get to people's, like, astrology. I know Santos. Oh, I found out his 3. He's Aries Sun, Pisces Rising, Leo Moon. No, no. Yeah. Maybe those two are switched, but still. Oh my gosh. I can relate to the guy. I know there's videos in here that I've done rants, and I've lost. I mean, I can't get 1,000 subs, But I talk about a lot of the same stuff that he talks about in different ways, and I connect different things. I have a different piece of the puzzle, but people aren't ready for my piece of the puzzle yet, and that's okay. And people they may not ever be ready, and they might get ready, and then something happens, and then there it goes YouTube. But I got backup. I make a lot of playlists in a lot of different places, so I just look at these videos. Yeah, you can have my stream of consciousness. You can have my artistic creativity. I'm not making them any money. That's why they have no problem deleting channels, because they'll just, it's just you're taking up space on their servers. And so I store it on Twitter. And I got like 4 playlists on Pinterest, and then LinkedIn. So, my videos are here and there. They can't. I mean, my story and my all these stories that I tell are all true. So, they could take away my content, but they can't take away my brain, and I can just keep telling them, and that's what I intend on doing. Because for me, life is a trip. I was talking to Mom today, and we were kind of going down memory. I said, "Ma," I said, I remember when I was a little girl, and you'd wake us up in the middle of the night, and we had to get away from them, you know." And I said, and then now I think about it because we just found out my on my dad's side, they're Freemasons, and so they're all connected. They're all in this club. Now, when I was born, I don't know the circumstances of my consent because my parents were divorced. So either it was like a happy one last hookup, or I don't know. Nobody ever talks about it because I was the mistake. Because they were divorced and then they hooked up and then Mom got pregnant and then I was just something that they had to just deal with forever because Mom was Catholic and she would refuse to have an abortion. And so, and I was talking to her about that, about, when I was, like us, getting away. I remember hearing her talking with some other adults. I always eavesdropped. I'm Scorpio moon. I'm very inquisitive. I'm Snoopy. And so I heard her talk with other adults about how they wanted to take me to Montana. And so, and then years later, and then now I'm almost 50 years old, and I'm putting together this story, because they used to I mean, they still do, like hunting kids. Yeah, I was the mistake. They were my dad was, he was in a truck driving industry. They know all about human trafficking and stuff like that. I could just see him getting in with the wrong guys and just be like, that's one way to get rid of paying child support. We'll just get rid of the kid, because he didn't have any emotional attachment to me. He was never nice to me. He was not. And so, yeah, you did. You knew. Everybody knew. Yeah. And so, but because of the way he treated me, it taught me how not to treat other people, because like the things that he said to me, I've wanted to say to other people. I guess because I guess somewhere deep down in me, I wanted to hurt them like they hurt me. But I was also told a long time ago that that's not how you treat people. And so I spend a lot of my days fighting myself, fighting against myself, so I don't say that thing, or and it's hard because that takes a lot out of me. But anyway, I think I'll read this letter that Mom wrote. Such pretty writing too. It was written May 27th, 1996. This is Grandpa died like around Thanksgiving, I think, that year. He was, Leo. August 6th was his birthday. Dear Jerry, I am writing to say that as a result of several critical character building challenges that I have experienced in the last 7 years, I have sincerely been made aware of the reality that life is truly fragile. Knowing and accepting this fact, I wanted to take a few moments to write and say that by being strengthened as a result of the difficult fight it has been for me physically, mentally, and emotionally, by the strength of Margie's love, and above all the grace of God, I have been able to go from an enormous amount of emotional garbage that I had carried with me all my life. Garbage that I believe affected my entire life, my health, and my personal relationships in a negative way. The emotional baggage being realized and removed from my head and heart. I want to take this opportunity to simply and sincerely, as I can, to say is that the real me, minus all my past success, emotional baggage, and emotional pain, want you to know that you are and always be a very special person to me, and I will always love you and appreciate you. I will also like to add that I am genuinely sorry for all the pain, frustration, and grief I've caused in your life. I think I might need to send this to him. Maybe he never got it, and it's long overdue because he's so mad about stuff. Um, Looking back, I now can say I only regret and using my strength in fighting against myself, fighting against you, and fighting against the goodness in life. Half my life is behind me, but God has blessed me with the gift of more than once over the last 7 years. And now I'm not only. Oh, there's a crease right there. I'm not only older and wiser, something stronger, but I am free of the weight of all the emotional baggage. Well, at least a large portion of the emotional baggage. I called the first part of my life, and want to take this opportunity to say thank you for all the good and happiness and love we have shared in our lives. That's you wrote that to Jerry. Maybe I should probably send that to him, huh? Maybe he won't be so mad. I get it. Not everybody has had like we had young parents. We had parents that were freaking young, dumb, and horny, and then life comes of it, and then what do, right? And when I was growing up, that's what happened, and it still happens. I think it happens less these days. I don't think people are having babies as much anymore. I think people are having a hard time having babies, with all the, having them in vitro and having them it's all weird science to me. I don't think those people, I don't think they have, I just think when people are procreating and I'm lesbian, and I never wanted to be like a mom because I wasn't willing to have it a natural way. And I didn't think I'd be a good parent because I'd have expectations, and that wouldn't be fair to the little kid because I didn't know and learn until later how not to have expectations and how just to let people be who they are. And I think a lot of people didn't get the memo, but people really are supposed to let just people do whatever they want whenever they want, right? What we're supposed to do is give them be a good example on how to act, how not to act. There's good examples. You can find a great example of how not to act every day in society. Some days I'm the example of how not to act, and it's what we're all trying to learn here, right? Everybody's trying to get by. Ain't nobody get out of this world alive, you know. In 100 years, nobody on this planet is gonna be here. So I don't know why people, why don't they put more effort in making it nicer for everybody? Because they're stingy, selfish, withholding. There's consequences to that. Are people seeing it? Like, you do good things happen to you? People don't see that. They don't get that. We don't even get to that point yet. Things are getting crazy for a lot of people. You know? Anyway, I think I've talked long enough. Yeah, I'm at 36 minutes. I think I'm talking to myself. Hey, Kev, man. Good to see ya. Yeah, I think I've been yammering long enough. Are you hungry or anything, Ma? Little bit? It's about